But in 2008, Greg started the Kings Island Hall of Fame. And that year, there were a few people inducted into the Kings Island Hall of Fame. And to this date, there have been 12 former Kings Island associates inducted into that Hall of Fame. Dennis Spiegel was one of the first members inducted. Janine Coyle, who was a rides associate here at Kings Island, has gone on to a phenomenal career in radio here in Cincinnati. Carmen Electra was a former Kings Island entertainer who also went on to a great career in TV and movies. Gary Watts, our founder, Kings Island Hall of Fame member. Rich Wahlberg, was a Kings Island associate for 8 years, went into radio, and Rich passed away this past year. Rob Podorf. Where's Rob? I saw Rob earlier. There he is. Rob's in the back there. Rob was in entertainment at Kings Island years and years ago. Long time ago, Rob, right? Long time ago. Now is a award-winning composer of music for TV and movies, including Disney. Rob, thank you for being here. Lewis Johnson, who was a rides associate here for 6 years. That name may not be familiar, but it should be. Lewis was an All-American track star and went on to be a sports broadcaster for the Olympics. Lewis is not here today, I don't believe. Ruth Voss was our Kings Island Public Relations Manager. And she was Public Relations Manager for, Don, I can't remember, 20 years? Pardon? 14 years. She, was credited for naming one of the most famous rides, not only at Kings Island, but in the world, the Beast. Chuck Ingram, I think Chuck is here today. Chuck is in the back. Good to see you, Chuck. Worked in Kings Island merchandise, entertainment, tech services for about 7 years, and now is in radio with WLW Radio. Ed McHale, our Kings Island second general manager. Unfortunately, Ed passed away this past year. Greg Scheid, our 10th general manager, is a member of the Hall of Fame. And finally, the last inductee was Al Weber, who was an executive, actually came to Kings Island from Coney Island, along with Dave Bibb. Is Dave here today? Where's Dave? Where are you, Dave? Wave at me. There he is. Hi, Dave. Good to see you. Okay. Al and Dave came to Kings Island from Coney Island. Al became, I believe, the first director of operations for Kings Island and spent his career in the industry. General manager here at Kings Island, executive with Cedar Fair, and an executive with Six Flags later in his career. And Al passed away, unfortunately, suddenly a few years ago. However, so today, I'm very excited. We're going to induct 2 more members into the Kings Island Hall of Fame today. The first, a gentleman you heard from earlier who sang the national anthem, Mr. Alton Fitzgerald White. Come up here, Alton. Mr. White and Mr. White's family is with us here in the front row. So, Mr. White, a native of Cincinnati, started his entertainment career with Kings Island in the summer of 1983 while attending University of Cincinnati's College Conservatory of Music. Alton starred in the lead role for popular shows Gotta Dance and Fascinating Rhythm for 3 summers, as well as touring with King's Productions in Asia and the Far East. Mr. White's ultimate dream was to perform on Broadway. And he spent the next several years auditioning and performing whatever role was offered to him along the way. His dream was finally became reality when he was offered the lead role in Miss Saigon. Mr. White is the only African American actor who has played a lead role in 6 hit Broadway shows. His most notable is playing King Mufasa in Disney's The Lion King, I believe 20 years. 12 years. Okay, 20. Sorry, that wasn't in the written, I ad-libbed that. His most notable is playing King Mufasa in Disney's The Lion King for a record-breaking 4,308 performances. In addition to creating celebrated roles in TV and film, he is also a headline concert performer, an author, motivational speaker, and continues to inspire, encourage young performers to follow their dreams. Mr. Alton Fitzgerald White.
Wow. Wow. I feel like I just won an Academy Award. I don't have the words to really express how much this means to me. I mean, even just being asked to be here today is a tremendous honor. I got to come to Kings Island once a year, and I spent the whole year looking forward to that one day because my sister, Marcia, worked for Procter & Gamble, and she would let me tag along with her family and come play in the park, and I would have the time of my life. As I got older, she let us kind of sneak away and do our own thing, and I would peek at the shows, the outdoor show, and go, wow, what must it be like to be on stage? And then to go to the American Heritage Theater and see that show. I thought that was Broadway. I mean, with the smoke and the sets and the costumes, and going, wow, what must that be like? So to audition and to have had the honor of working here for 3 years, 2 years with Gotta Dance, 1 year with Fascinating Rhythm, I owe my entire career to the fun I had here, the lessons I learned, the discipline that I gained doing 5 shows a day. And then 5 shows a day wasn't enough. I was just so happy to be doing what I love to do. So to be back here all these years, I'm so incredibly grateful. And for this honor, I just don't even know what to say. Thank you so much. Happy birthday, Kings Island. Thank you for making so many people happy for so many years, and I pray that you keep doing it forever. Thank you.
Quick story. 2019, February of 2019, my wife and I were at Disney at Epcot. And we had just eaten dinner at the German restaurant, I believe, and we stopped, to listen to a Disney Broadway show at the American Gardens Theater. A gentleman by the name of Alton Fitzgerald White was performing there, along with Kissy Simmons. Incredible. Had no idea at the time who he was. Never heard the name. That summer, former Kings Island entertainers were forming a reunion. And I had the opportunity one day to speaking with Rob Podorf, and Rob was telling me who was going to be here. And he was going through a list of names, some I remembered, some I remember from, years ago. And then he said, and Alton Fitzgerald White. I'm like, wait a minute. You mean the Alton Fitzgerald White? The guy that Disney, Lion King, that guy? He's like, yeah, he performed here. I'm like, I was like you. I passed out. I passed out. And I had a chance to meet him, at that reunion. And I've read his book. If you don't know, he is an author. He published a book. It's called My Pride, Mastering Life's Performances. I got a copy of the book. I could not put it down. It was just amazing. So, Alton, thank you. Secondly, second nominee. This individual means so much to me, to this park, and to its employees who have come through Kings Island over the years. And this individual still is passionate about Kings Island. He calls me several times a year just to say, Mike, I'm just checking in with you to see how you're doing. At this time, I'd like to ask Mr. Don Miller to please come to the podium. Where is Don? There he is. Don, I put Doug Kramer in charge of you because I had to make sure you were going to be here.
Holy cow. Thank you, Mike. You're welcome. Holy cow.
Don Miller. Mr. Miller started his career at Kings Island in 1972 as a ride operator for Bavarian Beetle. In 1988, he became the director of safety, and in 1993, he was promoted to vice president of operations. Don was the vice president of operations when I started my career here in 1999, and he was a great mentor. He was a great coach and partner, and put his arm around me numerous times as I was trying to figure out Mr. Fisher, who was my boss. Sorry, Tim. Don made a lasting impact on the lives of thousands of associates over his career, and is credited for fostering the outstanding culture that has made Kings Island special to this day. Don was instrumental in starting the first scholarship award program by retrieving coins from the fountains. That first year, the scholarship was a little over $400, right, Don? Today, our scholarship program has grown to over $70,000 and helps support 30 or more college associates annually. One of the scholarships was named the Don Miller Scholarship in his honor. Don always championed acknowledging and rewarding associates who he knew were vital to the park's success. Don retired in 2006 and still cares greatly about Kings Island. Congratulations, Don.
I actually was not ready for this. I was unaware of this happening. Mike's right. I love Kings Island. And I think the thing I love so much about Kings Island is twofold. The steel, the iron, the entertainment, the food is certainly one factor that people love about the park. I'm fortunate to have the other factor, which is the people that run the park, the people that work at the park. I walked in 1972, the day the park opened. Worked on the Bavarian Beetle, which was over here. Keeping in mind that was before computers were invented, the ride operators ran the rides. They decided when to run it, when not to run it. And the people that opened this park that came from Coney, a small group, and then expanded into this incredible operation are very special to me. I still stay in touch with many of them from 1972. But the employees and the associates that work at this park are absolutely phenomenal. The memories, the stories are just amazing. It's just such an honor to be recognized by Mike and the team. Again, I wasn't prepared to make statements, but I want to thank Mike I want to thank Richard and Tim, who are very good friends of mine as well, for everything they've done for the park, for everything they've done for myself and for the other people. This place is amazing. And when I think of what it looked like in 1972 and I look at the steel in the air, I never thought I'd see coasters 300 foot tall as the Eiffel Tower. I want to thank Kings Island. I want to thank Mike. It's been an honor to work at Kings Island, and I will love this place forever. Thank you very much.